Hello folks, I'm your chairman of the board and I welcome you all to another episode of random crap I bought on Steam. Now what we're playing today is Doom, the new one. I guess you could technically go and call it Doom 4 because that's technically the fourth Doom game, but, well, you know, they don't call it Doom 4 so I won't. It's kinda weird because a lot of long-running game series, these days at least, tend to be a bit shy about going above like going beyond the third game when making numbered installments. I have noticed it with a bunch of games, among them being Assassin's Creed, I think Call of Duty, which actually went up to 4, but then they stopped numbering them. Because I think it's just that's not how you play this, well, never mind. But then they stopped numbering them, because I think people tend to get wary about games with a higher number than 4 and then, or 3, well, let's say 3, with a higher number than 3 in their title. Cause that's when they will probably accuse the developers of just phoning it in. It's not really every series that can be like Final Fantasy and go up to 15, which, you know, is a bit insane if you think about it, but what Final Fantasy is going for it is that they are technically very much separate games that don't really have any relation to each other despite being part of the same series. Which is why they don't get much flack for that. Alright, so basically saying, yeah, this is Doom, it's about what Doom has always been about. You're on a colony on Mars, and somehow a portal to hell has been opened. And demons have come invading. So what you have to do is kick their asses back to hell. And as far as I'm concerned, that's a perfectly good premise. It's simple, but it works. I mean, I guess there is a little bit more to it in the sense that there is like that weird cult that collaborates with the demons and stuff is happening and die. But that's basically all you need to know. It's your average ultra-violent retro-styled first-person shooter. And as I said, that's all there is to it. In that sense, it's a lot like something like Serious Sam or Painkiller or the new Shadow Warrior game. A gas leak, you say? Okay. What is happening there? That was purposeful. Very much was. What else do we have here? We can interact with that. Can we do something about the gas? That's not what I meant. I just threw a grenade. I didn't mean to throw a grenade because I actually meant to interact with that object. That's what I actually wanted to do. How about that? Kinda like that.
Denied.
What? What? Are you serial? So what do I do here? We do have a target marker on our interface. As you can see, the level design is... doesn't sound good. The level design is... I'm not gonna call it labyrinthine, but it's kinda open-ended-ish, I guess. Like if you're used to linear first-person shooters, this is not like those. Oh, I got the key. No, I didn't get the key, I got a Praetor token. I think you use those to level up your suits and unlock some new abilities, and by abilities I mean, well, I think they're mostly passive abilities. They're like more damage resistance and that sort of stuff. Yep, that's what they are. So where am I going? I'm kind of confused right now. Because, you know, this is such a complex video game that it leaves me just befuddled. Yep, that looks about right. So, as it is in these kind of games, you have a variety of weapons, one of them being your standard handgun, which is basically just a sidearm, you don't want to rely on it. But you have a charged shot, which is somewhat stronger than a normal shot, and that's lovely. You have a shotgun, which does everything a shotgun is meant to do, just blasting away at them. Also has a charged shot, which either fires explosive rounds or a series of rounds at once. Though I have the explosives enabled. What do you have? An arm that I just tore off. Great. And you also have a assault rifle. That's pretty good. Doesn't really have an alternate fire mode yet. You have to buy those. But, well, you know what I'm saying. They are... well, there's apparently a pretty good variety of weapons in there. I haven't found that many yet. I'm still kinda close to the beginning of the game. So yeah, we tore this guy's arm off. That means we can use the one... Hey, fuck you. We can use that one device. You surely know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that one that had access denied previously. But now that we have his arm and can put it on there, we can use it. Yeah? Yes, we can.
Access granted.
And can we read that stuff? Creature information, but the actual writing is too small to read. So... we won't get any of that creature information just yet. Well, actually, there is a glossary in there. If you want to have a look at it, there is a codex which has some information on the environments and creatures that we are going to encounter. Because, as we all know, Doom has the deepest lore. Dark Souls has nothing on that stuff. No sir, it does not. Seriously though, it's kind of a neat touch that they paid attention to these things, but it's not really what you're playing these games for. You're playing it for the delicious, delicious violence. And this game has plenty of it. These are called gore portals or something like that. Well, demons come through them, so you have to destroy them, and you do it just like that. And now enemies are going to show up. And that is great. So it has these, I think they're called honor kills or something like that. Like these finishing animations. If you manage to take out an enemy with those, they will drop health pickups, or I think in some circumstances also ammo. You also have a chainsaw as a melee weapon, so that is cool. If you kill enemies using it, you will get some ammo pickups, and you can always use those. Yes, you can. But my preferred weapon really is the shotgun. Now that whole use finishing moves to gain health kind of reminds me of the kind of twin stick shooter that, well, I'm sure it's a fairly well-known game by now, Hatred, which I've actually played when it came out, and it's honestly speaking
Reduced by 25%.
That's nice. And Hatred was a fairly poor game. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it was a very poor game that really only got famous by going for controversy, by, you know, being violent and provocative, which was already kind of misleading advertising, because as far as these things go, it wasn't really that violent. Like, this game is more violent, GTA 5 was more violent, God of War was more violent, and if a game's only selling point is being violent, it better actually be violent, which Hatred kind of wasn't. But, well, you know, I kind of baited that sort of response by making its trailers all about that, and video game journalism being video game journalism, of course, swallowed the bait quite gladly. You know, your usual suspects, your Kotakus and Polygons that are obviously very deliberately looking for controversy to milk. But you know, let's not get into that stuff. Let's just play a bit of Doom. So we deactivated that portal. There should be another one somewhere else. And I'm just kind of wondering right now, is this a dead end? Do I have to go somewhere else? I think I have. As I said, sort of open-ended-ish level designs, and you know, call me weird, but I'm kind of obsessed with that little crevice because it seems like something where there would be something, but there is nothing. And that offends me on a deep level. Just like that, there is a door, but we can't pass through that door. What's wrong with that? Okay, so we're gonna leave this place. And have a look at our other target markers. That one's blocked off. Good. Well, the direction we want to go is up, apparently. How would we go about that? How are we gonna see about that? Also, I think we can upgrade our heavy assault rifle. Neat. So what do we have here? Tactical scope attaches a tactical scope that allows for zooming in on targets with the weapon mod button. So it's a sniper option, and this one is micro missiles. Now we already have explosive weapons, which is why I'm going to go for the tactical scope. And I'm aware that it sounds much less exciting than the missiles, but I kind of want to try it because I like sniping. I do. Now what is that? That is another codex entry. Not like I'm ever going to read those. So, are there any enemies around that I could have my way with? Nope, not seeing any. Keycard required. I do not have such a thing, and I am not sure about where to find those. So I better be looking around some more, and there is a target marker. That is... Here we go! Stop throwing grenades at me, you bastard! Explosions do not do much. So yeah, these guys were... Where? Those guys have shields. You either have to take them out or not. They're not a big issue, but they are an issue. Just not a big one. In that they take a bit longer to be defeated than normal enemies.
Core temperature rising.
Yeah, I know. Die, die, die. I said die. Was that so hard? No, it wasn't. You too. Who do you think you are? Bam. Explode. Do you have... what was it? A blue key card? No man, you have a yellow one. That's just plain damn weird. Yeah, right, because that means I can't go through here yet. As I said, the level design is more open-ended than I expected. Like, the first two levels were fairly linear, but this one is a different meta entirely. So that means that I can't traverse it quite as easily as certain other levels. I'm sorry, I got a bit distracted there because I had to fight some enemies. I gained a weapon upgrade point. I might actually just invest it right now. Invest in what, you might ask? And I'm gonna say I can't afford any of that stuff. Haha, nice. 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 I want all of those. Uranium coating. Penetrate through targets. Deal additional headshot damage. Or let me move faster. Which one of those do I want? I'm gonna go for the additional headshot damage. What can I say? I enjoy playing as a sniper. So there we go. Is there someone around we could try it on? No. The target that we want to go to seems to be in that direction. Or at least it would very much appear that way, which is why... Look at that delicious additional headshot damage. Of course we can't rely solely on it, that would be daft. So we're still going to throw some grenades, I guess. Or shoot some explosives, I guess. Also, I'm about to die. This was me being careless. But you gotta look at one of those death animations, which are pretty rad if you ask me. And that was the sole purpose why I died there. Certainly not of my personal inability to play better. No, that would be absurd. How far do we get set back? Not that far.
Demonic threat reduced by
Great.
25%.
There's probably a way to get up there. But I'm kinda too lazy to find out what it is, so... nuts to that, I guess. Already done that. I should probably try to actually hit his head. What the literal fuck am I even doing? Right now I'm just playing super poorly. Let's try this again. But this time be better at it. Because that was embarrassing.
Reduced by 25%.
I have no idea what I did wrong there. Well, no, I do have an idea what I did wrong there. I played badly. Back off. Fuck off. You too. Fuck off. Seriously. And now just that motherfucker with shield. Die. And the same goes for you. Low health, well, you too. See, that's how you actually do that. It's not hard. Not at all. So now go over there again. And mess up these guys. Bam. Bam. Head off. Just like that. Explosion. And here we go. Again, not hard. Quite the opposite, actually. You know, I do kind of wonder how hard this game is going to get. But as for now, it's fairly manageable if you're not playing badly. You know, I'm sure some people will have some issue with the health being that reliant on. Those are upgrade points. So what do I want to increase? that was ammo capacity, that's what I increased last time. So now I'm gonna go for health capacity, sure. So yeah, what I'm saying is, I'm sure some people will find it very easy to criticize this game for relying on those honor killings for... Honor killings? No, that's not what they're called. They're called something else and I can't remember what it was. Yeah, but they rely on those finishers to regain health. Which I'm sure some people will find very easy to criticize. And I myself am going to say, yeah, I probably wouldn't have minded if you had normal health pickups instead. Not that those killing animations aren't fun, but you become very reliant on them.
Stay focused, stay committed.
Which is why I'm not sure if I'm that big of a friend of them. Like, I might have preferred normal health, or at least I might have preferred normal health pickups in addition to those. Is that a new weapon? I suppose it is. What does it do though? A plasma rifle, hey. The plasma rifle became standard issue among military units with the advent of argent-powered electromagnetic accelerators. Based off the HIPGD design of the early 21st century, this weapon delivers a rapid salvo of plasmoids to inflict both impact and thermal damage to a target. Well, sounds like Christmas has come early this year. But honestly, it feels a bit...
Stay focused, stay committed.
It doesn't feel as good as I wanted it to. I kinda like... Who's that guy? Samuel Hayden is the chairman of the UAC, born into wealthy and powerful, whatever. I'm gonna read this later on, I'm here for the reaction. But yeah, I like actual bullets because they have more of a sense of impact. But hey, let's try it and then we can... perhaps... make a judgment on how good it is. Well, I mean, I suppose it works, it's fine, it's not unfun to use. But it doesn't feel as satisfying as normal ballistic ammo. It works, it does the job. It actually staggers the enemy in a way that I find very satisfying. But it's not quite what I'm looking for. I like the chainsaw. It requires fuel though, so you can't rely solely on it. Weapon upgrade, oh, same thing already. Oh, and the other upgrades get more expensive then. I see. I see. Anything else that I can afford? Well, like perhaps... Nope. Need at least 3 of them. Well then. Well then, not gonna upgrade it now, gonna upgrade it later. Once I have more. I don't even know what I just found. Plasma rifle model prototype guy. There are 2 UAC Marine Guy collectibles in every map. Each one you find will unlock a model that can be viewed by visiting the collectibles menu, see if you can find them all. Okay, so they are collectibles. That's easy enough to understand, even for a not particularly smart person like me. So, watch me forget about it in the next few minutes. I know. Head off. Those guys explode. That's nice. And that should be the last one. Let's go back to the shotgun. It's my favorite weapon. You know, as I said, I'm enjoying this kind of game. And it's not like I don't like kind of slower, more deliberate cover-based shooters. but there are games where I just want to aim a shotgun at a guy and then see him explode in a cloud of, like, red mist. Kinda like that. It's satisfying, it is. Also, in case you're wondering, I'm at a 30 FPS right now, which is fairly low. That's because I'm recording in fraps. Normally my frame rate is better than that. Also, yeah, it's up to 50 now. I know that's incredibly fascinating to you, I'm sure. Here we go. Yep, it's up at 60 now.
Demonic threat reduced by 50%.
And ain't that just plain swell? Oh, what's that? Auto map station, well, don't mind if I do. Those download maps. If the name Auto Map Station didn't explain that to you. And we get a bit of lore. I just can't be bothered reading the stuff in the middle of gameplay. You know, I do enjoy the environments in this game. They aren't anything particularly new in that sense. Like, I mean, they're about the same kind of environments you also see in something like Dead Space. But then on the other hand, you know, Doom invented it. That can't be understated. What do you have? A blue entry chip. Keycard, that's what I meant to say. Keycard, entry chip, basically the same word. So, yeah, that's Doom, I suppose. I mean, I could go on recording, but I think you should have a pretty good idea of what this game is all about. It's about brutal friggin' violence. And that is fine by me. So I'm your German snob. Actually, I'm not. I'm your German of the board because I'm still not used to that name. And I'll be seeing you again next time. Till then, ciao.